And we are live.
What it
Hey.
do? What it do? What it do? Now, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta start off with it feels good to be home. It feels good to be home. Now, hey, for all y'all that wasn't aware, last week I was in the DMV area, and I gotta tell y'all. First of all, shout out to everybody that came to my release.
Yes, yes.
Shout out to everybody. Real good time. It rained crazy in the DMV. I'm not gonna say that it's been a long time since I seen rain, but in rain in the DMV, I remember realize is that y'all don't like rain up there.
No,
Rain up there is like
not at
y'all
all.
we was getting those thunderstorm flash flood warnings the whole show and but before the show, and I was like, whew. But it was such a good turnout, such a good energy. I gotta tell you, J Buddy, shout out man for coming through, doing your
Yes,
thing,
yes.
saving the day like as always. Cause we say, hey man, I forgot the speakers, and he almost
Hey,
forgot the speakers.
hey, no, look, let me tell you, I was walking to the car, and if you ain't called me, you was like, you got the speakers right? Nigga, I'd have been on the highway already, halfway there. I was like, oh shit, I turned right around and grabbed them joints.
Like it's been so long since I have done a venue. Last time that we had to bring speakers, but we did the barbershop joint.
Oh, that was lit though.
Nigga,
That
like I
was
ain't
lit.
gonna lie. Most of the shows when we control like that type of stuff, that don't be job like lit. So it got
Yeah.
me to thinking like,
So let me ask you, Success.
yeah.
Success, what was your favorite part of the entire evening?
So my favorite part of the entire evening, honestly, was looking around and seeing the amount of people that actually knew the words. You know, now I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie to y'all.
Hmm.
Then the wife know every word to my song. It was kind of like, oh, all those days riding on the car and listening to nothing but me. I see it's paid off. I see, I was like, wow.
Hmm.
But it was like really the room,
Hmm.
as I was reading the room and the reception that I was getting from the project, I felt real good about that. It was really like, really made me feel really good, you know. Um, it's like very rarely do we get any signs of appreciation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Right.
crazy because I
Hmm.
like to like J Money, because we put ourselves in kind of a position where we do the DC Live thing, where we were with Smokehouse Theater, Club Plug Radio, and things like that, where we put ourselves in position to adore and admire the greatness in people,
Right.
right? And what I realized is by us putting ourselves in that position, do you realize how many people disregard your greatness because of the platform that you may provide for people?
So that's one of the things that I was gonna say. And like you've been doing it for a long time, and we've been doing it for some years, but I don't think artists realize that they can actually go to a venue and put together a showcase. Or maybe they just don't have the organizational skills to do that. But you know what I'm saying? If an artist really wants to get on and put that together, then maybe they'll understand what it is on the other side when you got to book the DJ and you got to book, you know what I'm saying? Make sure the artist is coming out and people are coming out and promote it on your own. But artists
Mm-hmm.
think it's just magic. They see the flyer and they like, oh yeah, I want to be on it. But they don't realize the back end work of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Man,
since you was doing both sides, for you to come back to the DMV and have something like that, rain or shine, you know what I'm saying? That just
yeah.
shows that should just be inspiration to other artists to say, shit, I need to get the fuck off my ass and do it. Because you came the fuck from Atlanta up here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
organize that and put that together. So that's you got the DJ, you got, you know what I'm saying, the right people, the right energy, the right crowd, the right environment. And if artists don't realize that's something that they need to take up and do on their own, they're gonna be stuck
Hmm.
behind chasing. I call it that hamster wheel. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? Running in that damn circle.
you know what's crazy? So many artists hit me up and asked me to perform, right?
I bet.
Now,
Hmm.
I told artists that I wasn't really having that many performers. I reached out to a few other like managers that I had known in the game, and I asked them like, "Did you all want to be a part of my album release, my showcase, so things like that?" And I told them that I did not want it to be a bunch of rappers. Like I'll put your artist on. I put your artist on it. We do a collective show together, about 7, 8 artists, and we do a show together. Now, like I've been wanting to do something like that for a long time. I wanted to do it with my 6B project. I wanted to do it with the Numerous project. But one thing that I was realizing is I was so busy focusing on everyone else. Right? And what's crazy is this. The craziest aspect is when I did this show, I immediately felt like something in me wanted to be like, okay, everybody can perform. Everybody, sure, whoever come out. But then I was like, no, I really want it to be a vibe. I really want to see like people that really like want to like share crafts, share their talents together, invest together. There was a lot of artists that was like, how much do I have to pay to perform? Right? And I'm like, well, you don't have to pay to perform, but everyone that's performing is doing something. Someone paid the DJ, someone paid security. So two of us went half on the venue, and we all started promoting.
Contributing together.
See,
like that's a powerful thing. People don't realize when people come together, you know what I'm saying? When you could bring people together to get something done, like at the end of the day, all of us did our different part, but we had one task to accomplish. And for real, like my whole energy when I came in there was different too, because I was like, man, this is an album release. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really there to support my man Sixxcess through, you know what I'm saying, releasing this album and getting that shit to 500,000 within the first month. You know what I'm saying?
Like I had to come to you and be like, bruh, I know you performing tonight. he's like, nah, I'm just here. I'm like, you're performing. Like we just dropped already on June 30th. Now it's crazy because working with J Money is like not working with any other artist I've ever worked with, right? J Money is the type of artist.
Hold on, y'all just dropped that song?
No, we dropped the single, album. But we just dropped
y'all,
the album.
Y'all didn't just drop.
We just dropped the album on the 30th.
Okay, because I'm like, I haven't heard that song long time. Okay, I'm about to say, I know that song's been out. Okay,
so like what's trippy
sorry,
is,
y'all, go ahead.
dude, let me tell you something. The art of a rollout. That's what we were saying, right? The art of a rollout. Because like you said, we dropped it almost 2 years ago. We dropped the single.
Yeah.
And we just dropped the album.
Just dropped it.
So it's trippy. It's trippy when you think about that. Like, so when people heard it, it's like, oh wow. But now y'all know the album.
No, but
out.
Look, what did I tell you 2 years ago, Sixxcess? And I say this to like anybody I'm working with. I always tell them this. I said, man, invest in yourself. That's the key. If you invest in yourself, if you believe in, you know what I'm saying, if you believe in what you're doing and you take your own money and invest in yourself, you're gonna see results. Regardless if you're doing Instagram ads, Facebook ads, whatever, Google ads, whatever you're doing. If you like shit, I believe in this shit. I believe in the market for this shit. Let me push this shit. That shit's going, you know what I'm saying? You gotta invest in yourself. And I just feel like, man, Six doing this album release was just really a show of over the quarantine and over all the time of investing in yourself and keeping your connections and keeping your network together.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like big facts, bro. Big facts. Big facts. Like working in the studio with you have a different process when you in the studio, right? Now, I listen. Like I know a lot of artists tell me that they produce and write their own stuff, but I have literally watched this guy make a beat in the studio and then write the song to it and then arrange it for everyone else to be ready. And you're like, J Money, I'm just rolling up a blunt right now. Like we just got the first blunt up. It should not take you 20 minutes, man. Like slow down for a hot second.
Bro, I be ready, bro.
like what's your process? Like, how do you get so motivated to like drop so much music? Because you drop a lot of music.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I haven't. I feel like I haven't for real. Like if you know, like for real, this is the last 2 weeks has been like the longest I've been without recording. You know, normally I record a song every day, make a
Mm,
beat every day. But I really
yeah,
just been on like I've been doing some acting shit and I just finished doing some movies, High School Bully and a couple other movies and shit. So I
right.
just kind of been on the other end. But I'm gonna tell you, my real motivation came from my kids because they told me like my kids are 10 and 11 now, right? They told me that half of their life, like when they until they was 5 years old, they thought I was Drake. Bless you.
Wait, wait. Your kids thought you were Drake
Bless
over the
you.
radio?
So they told me until they were 5 years old that they thought I was Drake until somebody came up and showed them a picture and they was like, "That's not my daddy." And I was like, "Oh shit!" So
So
it
like
fucked me up,
so that person is kind of like the person that ruined Santa Claus for kids.
bruh. It fucked me up because I wasn't Drake, but my kids thought I was doing Drake shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was real live, always traveling, always doing music, always doing some shit. So from there
So,
on, I was like, my work ethic got to be, you know what I'm saying, to the highest. So
so
when I
look,
go in the
y'all.
studio
I got two strands. Let me cut you off real quick, right? I'm testing out two different strands, right?
at the same time,
Yes. This strand is called some blue cookies, right?
all right,
I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all see, I just lit this J, and it is rolled up in a game leaf. I used the white Russian. I used the white Russian for this one as well. This one is called vanilla monster cookies, right?
all right,
Now, I got these from two different
Mhm.
people, and I'm testing this one out first because this one came in an assortment goodie bag. I had a whole like lot of them, right? They came in
all
like
right,
little jars like this, little cool jars like this and shit, right? So I said, let me try it, right? So I'm trying this out. I gotta tell y'all, stay tuned to the end of the show. I'm gonna tell y'all the reviews about both of these here strands. This one I got from the good old DMV. This one I got from North Kakalaki. But so go ahead, J
I have
Money.
a question. I was about to say I have a
Yeah.
question for you, J Money, as well. So you've been working with Six for quite some time now. You guys have built a bond. You guys are also friends. I just want to know, you being there that night, outside of seeing how he kept his network and brought everybody together, what was another one of your proudest moments of him?
um, just overall, I'm gonna tell you one thing about this man, blows the shit out of me, but he takes shit I say, he takes the shit I say and flips that shit and comes back to me and be like, "Yeah, bro, I did what you said," and I'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck did I
Mhm.
say?" You know what I'm saying? And just, you know what I'm saying, just seeing the outcome of that, like this is all the shit that I've been saying to him. Cause like you know what I'm saying, every time I'm talking to Six, we on some business shit. We like, all right, cool. How we gonna turn this money into more money? You know what I'm saying? How we gonna make our money work for itself?
Mhm.
How we gonna, you know what I'm saying, flip this shit the right way? And we've been doing that shit for like
Right.
years now. And just to see like
Mhm.
this nigga took all this shit and he was like, yeah, bro, this how it's gonna work. We got it. We know the flow of this shit. This is the recipe right here. And just to like
Mhm.
take that recipe, cook that shit up. And he cooked it right in front of everybody's face if you ain't noticed. But to cook the recipe up right there and be like, boom, and lay it out, that shit
Yeah,
right there was, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? That shit
Yeah.
was impressive.
yeah. Now it's crazy because sometimes it's like one thing on this show right here. All right, the Boss Biz Radio platform.
And then before.
Huh?
Oh
What you
no,
say,
I was just
Jezabel?
saying. I wanted to say. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you
Can
back.
y'all hear me?
Yeah, you back.
Yeah,
Can y'all hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, you was
yeah.
chopping.
Okay. All right. So what I wanted to say to you before you continue was that your performance, I wanted to compliment you on your performance. Like just the energy that you kept throughout the entire night. You know, you were very consistent. Um
Yeah.
Yeah, Six. I just wanted to give you that as well. I'm very
Oh,
proud of you. That was my proudest
yeah.
moment. Just seeing you like just whatever.
Jezebel. No,
You
Jezebel, you
know.
definitely right. I called him right after and I was like, bruh, all them set lists that you was talking about, yeah, that was it right there. You
Yeah.
definitely got to put that motherfucker down. Because then the other
Mhm.
thing that he fucked me up was he was on all of the words. You know what I'm saying? Like for
Yeah.
him to do the whole album and do all of the lyrics,
What?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 And then
Like,
it fucked me up because Tip knew the whole. Like I was like, hold on, I don't even know this joint. Tip knew all the words too. Like I was like, what
yeah.
the fuck? She was in the studio with him. Shit.
Now, like
Yeah.
honestly, like a lot of I tell artists like when it's game time, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know the playbook.
You got
You
to.
know, Uh,
Yeah.
everything that I apply in music, I tell like so. Let's say everything that talk about on this show, I apply it. You
Right.
know, and when I was coming up, like, did you play sports in school, J Money?
Yeah, you know that I played basketball and was
Yeah.
on the track team.
So like you understand, I don't want to just be on the bench. I want to play, and I want to play
Right.
well. My whole school's gonna talk about this Monday morning, right?
Hmm.
So it's like I have to know every play. Now
Yeah.
I played quarterback my senior year. What I realized my 11th grade year, I played defensive back, right?
All right.
Hmm.
And I really will only focus on what I had to do. Like if something happened wrong on the other side of the field, I was like, "What the?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you
Hmm.
doing? You know, there was a lot of times my safety would say to me, "Bro, you got to watch my back on this play," and I'm like, "No, I'm supposed to be in this place right here." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On defense. My senior year, I moved to quarterback, and I understood a different element of the game because I didn't just know where I didn't have to know where I had to be. I had to know where the
Mm-hmm.
receiver was going to be when I got there. I had to know where
Right.
the lineman was going to be going when the running back was moving, so that they don't run into each other, and I don't run into them while they're doing everything behind me and in front of me. Right? I
Mm-hmm.
realized
Right.
that damn, I got to know every element of this game, even to know what the defense is doing if I really want to have success in this game. So now I get into the music game, like I'm like, all right, we know the music. I tell everybody every week, if you make music, I told you I'm no longer gonna call your music trash. No longer, right? I'm just gonna say it's not for me.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully, it's not for me. But I'm no longer gonna call your music trash. That's the easy part. That's the
Mm-hmm.
check. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes time to really understand how do I release it? When do I release it? Who do I release it to? A lot of people look at those analytics and things like that, and they're like, "Yeah, this is how it works." And it's like, "All right, cool, that's cool." I like analytics too, you
Yeah.
know. But we can't. I keep telling artists, this is what I've been preaching, J Money. The algorithms and the battle versus the computers. It's us versus the machines. You know, like
Is
if
it?
it is, it's us versus the machines.
But since we know that, we know what it takes to if all right, if anybody really wanted to, you know what I'm saying, be on that platform and take themselves to that level, they know there's gonna take a market behind it. You're gonna have to pay DJs, you're gonna have to pay radios, you're gonna have to put money behind that machine. So why do artists think just because they spent whatever, $75 an hour in the studio out Virginia to make this bomb ass track that somebody's gonna listen to it? Like that's like buying a Tesla and never charging it. That's like buying a car and not putting gas in it. It's not
Huh.
gonna get you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
your car. Over time, if you had your car for years, you putting thousands of dollars worth of gas in it. If you had that cars, because normally people getting cars and leasing them for 72 months, which is about 5 years. You putting
Yep.
thousands of dollars worth of gas into that car on top of paying that note every month. So if you don't feel like you believe in that car to get you from point A to point B, if you don't believe in yourself and you're not gonna put your own gas in your own tank, where the fuck do you think your music gonna go?
Mm.
Man.
Say it for the people in the back.
Now, like
I don't even know if I can say it again.
it gets so scary. No, like honestly, I don't badger the artists that don't know and don't do, right? I badger the artists that once you know still don't do, right? Because like I tell listen, J Money, you've done all the research. You've done all the research. And you know that you can listen to 10 people and all 10 of them will still leave out something that you need. It's nothing worse than it's nothing worse than enough to tell you like, shoot, like for all you gotta do is whoop de whoop, and then once you get there, you like bam bam biggity boom, and then shoot, man, it's done like that. You just go right on in. You like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What was biggity? What was the biggity boom zippity zip? You know what I'm saying? You know,
The fuck
listen,
was that?
honestly, listen, what's crazy is we get taught to do that. And listen, like at every single job, Jezabel, you have it like you manage some people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing when you get that management position, you get that like little raise to that supervisor chart. They take you in the back, and it's a whole nother fucking video that you never seen before. You like,
Right.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, have you ever been in a position where and they be like, are you ready to fire someone?
I've had to fire someone, and I didn't. It was like as soon as I got the job. Like as soon as I got the job, like the next week they wanted me to fire somebody, and I was like, "Dang!" Like
You were
I didn't
hired.
want to fire him. I went as far as going to pick him up for work so that he could be on time, so I didn't have to fire him.
Now, did you end up having to fire him in the end?
Yeah, he did a no call, no show.
Oh, so he quit. He made the job easy for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think that probably put a stain on your firing abilities though? They probably knew that you no longer could do it.
Yeah, nah, I ain't the one for that.
J Money, you ever been in a business where you had to fire somebody?
Nah. But if I did,
you do it proudly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have been in the business where I have to fire somebody.
Uh-huh.
Like there's been times where I had to fire videographers and like, thank you, but no thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what makes you fire a video?
and
Why
let
would
me
you
tell you.
fire?
All right, there's several reasons for me why I would fire a videographer at this day and age. Number one is because technology is too advanced for me to be sitting over 30 days waiting on a fucking video.
Oh.
Give me my goddamn money back. Like I have no receipt, kiss my ass, so what? Give me my fucking money back. The fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like it should be no reason that I'm waiting months and months for a video. That's just number one.
You cut your hair bald to be more of a bully?
Oh, for the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can't tell you about it.
Tell them about the movie that you're about to be in.
I can't tell you all about it, but I can tell you that the movie is called. The movie is called High School Bully. You know what I'm saying? It's directed by Anthony Hackett. He's from Baltimore. It got some couple stars that you might be familiar with. Actually, Kyle Arrington's in it. I can't even remember the dude's name, but he was on Friday. But it got a couple, you know what I'm saying, a couple people that you're going to be familiar with in the movie. It's coming out on Amazon Prime and Netflix later on this year. I don't know the exact date yet. But yeah,
listen, let me tell you something, y'all. Listen, a lot of y'all out here be talking about y'all be acting. I've only seen 2 of my friends in movies. I've only seen one of them in several movies, just scrolling on Amazon. And this guy, J Money Gibbs, is one of them. Let's give him some claps.
Bro, it's 2 on Amazon and then that one on HBO Max. So I'm in Charm City Kings.
Good.
That's the one on HBO Max with Meek Mills. Okay. That's the dirt bike joint. And then I'm in this other one called Salute, and I think it's called Miss Virginia. That's on Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
I
like
actually
that.
watched all 3 of them. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. your roll and salute was the funniest one, you know. but the scenes that you got in, they did perfect. You know, I want to get into acting. You keep on
No,
trying to
like,
tell me how to
so
get
like,
into it.
look,
I just
I'm
can't.
not.
I can't.
I honestly been saying this to you, and like, I ain't even gonna lie. That's why I hit up Jezabel because I was like, man, Jezebel, we need to do some motherfucking comedy skits because motherfucking this shit will be lit. Like for real, the three of us for real can come together and do some shit. And you know I don't mind traveling. Give me a fucking reason to travel. I want to get the fuck out of town anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
if it's a bomb
I
reason to
see why.
travel and we can
I
shoot
see
some
why.
shit, yeah. If we could
Yeah,
get out, if I could get the fuck out of town and shoot some shit. Hold up, why you say we? I see why.
man, DMV, y'all know what? Let's go off the Richter real quick, right?
Oh shit.
Thank y'all for having me back at home, and everything was, you know, everything. But I gotta tell y'all, I was a little bit perturbed being in the DMV that last week.
Why?
Well, it's a lot of things that you can get spoiled about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I I'm paying double for my roll-ups. I'm paying double for my house. I'm paying pretty much the same amount for my weed. I'm
Cheaper. I
paying,
think the weed cheaper here
yeah, it depends on what
and
you
better.
getting. It depends on what you
Quality.
getting. And yeah, like y'all already know, once you get in that, once you complain enough and file enough complaints to the weed CC, they eventually start chauffeuring you to good weed, right? But when I was realizing that I was paying almost $3 for my roll-ups for 2 packs, $8 for my backwoods and shit, and I'm like, okay, even if I do go to Sheets and Funnels, I realized that there is a Sheets and Funnel conspiracy in the DMV.
What the fuck? What's the conspiracy?
They trying to get us all to be smoking white boys.
Well, I
I
smoke
don't.
raw.
You know what?
You see, I
First
order
of
mine on
all,
Amazon. See, listen, you
first
got
of
to be
all,
smart in this day
I
and
I
age.
smoke
gotta
white
Amazon,
boy.
say this is the perfect week because Jezabel is a white boy smoker. She said, "Funnel." J Money gives you guys, y'all. I am fighting the good fight for the last good damn things on this earth. Leafs. This is what we call grade A presidential smoking. Let me tell you something. I've seen people turn down backwoods, and it usually comes with the complaint of they're too harsh. They don't be right. There may be a hole in them, or other things,
I love
right?
backwoods.
I don't
But
mind a
I've
backward.
always heard when that's the same expression that everyone who hits a backwood roll by myself says. I love backwoods. Now, I'm not going to proclaim to be the best roller of trees in the world, right? But
All
I
right.
have been told I am the best roller in the world. I've had musicians drive from here and there to get me to roll up a good backwood for them because they didn't want to keep stuffing cones or rolling sheets, right? And I get it, guys. I get it. It's tough. It's tough to pearl them. Sometimes there may be a hole, but that's why backwood give you so much leaf, y'all, so that you can cut a little piece off and patch them holes up real nice, high and tight. Sometimes it requires surgery, but don't you give surgery on your loved ones when you want them to stick around? When you want them around a little bit longer, you go on and put surgery on them. You don't offer surgery on people you don't love. You don't love them, you're just like, hey, fuck them. Surgery's too much. Can't do it.
Well, not to burst your bubble, but for 1 pack of backwoods, you could get a pack of funnel and a pack of sheets, which is equivalent to about
33,
more than 10 J's.
Yeah, but
more
it
than
has you
10.
walking around. It has you walking around looking like a hippie. And not a brother,
What the
not
fuck?
not one of us Rastaman who grabbed the nice leaf out the plant and rolled it up nice, who grabbed a nice corn husk and rolled it up real nice and firm. You guys are adapting. DMV is forcing y'all to turn into flower wearing hippies around your heads. That's what y'all, and it's a conspiracy. And right now, I am on the crusade. I am on a crusade, y'all, to get y'all's prices back right, because that is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's a catastrophe. And I am now here to fight for y'all. Let me tell y'all one thing for sure, two things for certain. DMV, I am here for y'all. I know it don't look like it at times because I roll and I'm happy about rolling, but I'm only happy about rolling because these are opportunities that we need to get what we need to get. Someone has to do it. Someone has to be willing to go out there, test the waters, and bring back the times that we need. And y'all, I take that stand.
Man, the times we in is economic times, and sheets and funnels meet those economic requirements at the time.
I'm with Jezabel. I'm with Jezabel.
They putting us. Listen. They know how this weed community is. This weed community is getting powerful and strong, and the only thing that's gonna keep us, listen, it's like Newports, right? Newports are different than the Marlboros and the Cools and whatnot. They know that's our stuff, so they put a little bit of fiberglass in it and whatnot, right? But these are the last thing that we have. Like when I first started smoking, if it wasn't rolled up in some type of leaf or some type of cigarello type form, it was like weird. Now everyone is walking around white boy in it, and it got me to thinking because I'm not gonna lie. It got me to thinking. That if the whole world is going over to white boys, why aren't our backwoods a little cheaper? And why aren't the sheets going up higher? Why? It's like I thought when things are in demand, they go up.
Well, funnel prices went up. Not as high. It depends on where you go, but some places charge $8 for a pack. By my house is $6, so that's a pack of funnel and $2 for a pack of bamboo, and I'm on my way.
$8. See, so down here, $8 will get me about 8-9 packs. Up there, $8 get me 3 packs.
That's crazy.
I get it, y'all, and I'm gonna be here to fight. I'm sending letters. I've sent letters to the Swedish Farms, and I'm just gonna
let y'all know what's
happening in the DMV.
I don't know if y'all interested in cones, but I do like my cones. I like stuff in my cones. But you could get them on Amazon. You get, you know what I'm saying, 200 of them for $24.
Are you doing 200. A raw cone ad?
Man, I'm just saying.
No.
200 for $24.
We talk about smoking good.
Raw,
yeah, so I just feel like it's a better investment.
Raw cones
it's a better investment. Nah, it's just a better investment for me over time because I could just get that.
Swedish Farms family, guys. Go and get y'all some game leaves, 1882s, backwoods, White House, anything, but keep it away from those sheets, man. Swedish Farms, I did my part.
Well, while we're on the topic of weed now, let's get into this. What's her name? Sha'Carri?
The runner. Sha'Carri Richardson.
Hey, so that's man.
Go ahead, J Money. Is it messed up or is it messed up?
And you being a former track star yourself, J Money, like, I mean, are you disappointed?
No, all right. I honestly feel like what are they saying? That she ran faster because she hit a J after her mother died?
Nah.
For emotion, you know what I'm saying? Like she was no, let me just tell you something. When you see somebody doing so well, like this is a lot of times in life, and these are just life lessons. When you see somebody doing well, there's always going to be that one person or somebody to try to pull them down, or you know what I'm saying, do some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel like, okay, whatever she did, what she did, and she admitted to it. It is what it is. But at the end,
stop that.
What you mean?
Let him continue, Six. Let him go.
You
stop I want to hear this.
No. You hold your hand out. Hold
You
your
never
hand.
made a mistake before?
Hold your hand.
Like you never made a mistake before?
That wasn't a mistake.
It wasn't a mistake. This is the Olympics. You know you're going to be drug
And she
tested.
did not admit to it. She did not admit to it. I'm mad that she copped to it like the way she did.
Oh, that was a cop.
I'm mad that she smoked in the first place.
Listen, if she did, let's say if she did, right? Because we're in a whole new world, right?
Or if she ate an edible, or if she did anything to jeopardize this opportunity, I think she needs to be held accountable. Instead of rocking her like a baby, we need to hold her accountable for letting the community down, because that's exactly what the fuck she did. She could have smoked after the Olympics.
And for
But see, all right.
I don't like the fact that she said my mom passed and I smoked to deal with it. Right. It's like, what? So what type of message are you sending to the cannabis community? And like that, like, for one, I feel like that was a real powerful moment for her to really step up and really make a stance. I mean, Michael Phelps did it. Now, J Money, but let me ask you a question.
Right.
Did you smoke weed when you ran track?
Not during, but like after, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, all right, so my perspective on it is different. Because I was training my body to be conditioned to run track, I wasn't smoking weed because I know smoking weed at that time was not having me breathing right how I needed to run track. So during those times, no, I didn't. But like outside of track season, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I did. But like during track season, no. You know what I'm saying?
There's a bigger problem here. I don't know exactly what.
See, like, all right, this is what I'm saying about it. I feel like they're trying to make it look like she was an addiction, or she was like on drugs or something like that.
They're making it seem like she's irresponsible, which she is.
Which she is. I agree. Like, if you know what I'm saying, if you know you in season and you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do what the fuck you're supposed to do.
But
if you don't, and you get penalized.
Let's address the bigger problem.
What's that?
Weed doesn't make you faster. They've argued for years that weed actually declines your health, right? They've argued for years that weed is this thing that's just such a bad thing. Now we got all these studies that's arguing against that. Half the world is legal. This woman is 19 years old in a state that I believe is legal for recreational. Now, didn't affect her job, doesn't enhance her job. Weed has never been on any performance enhancement list, not that I know of, because they told me it declines and diminishes your ability. So I believe that it was a great opportunity for her and the cannabis community to get behind her. And so what? If I smoke on my free time, you know, so what? I'm still a professional enough to get out there and handle my job and run and do what I got to do. I mean,
that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it at the end of the day, because I'm a weed smoker and I feel like that shit should, if you're doing something and it inhibits your ability to do other things and you can't function on your job, like if I smoke weed and I couldn't rap and I couldn't make beats and I couldn't go to the studio and function, that's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like if it wasn't,
the only flaw I have is I heard, now like I heard one of my sources called me, right? And I was like, yo, how y'all got her out there? How y'all got her out there hitting the weed, man? She supposed to be in the Olympics. Why y'all ain't get rid of UP? You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Why y'all ain't hook her up?
CBD or something. Yeah.
They was like, bruh, she was hitting the sheets of photos hard.
Whatever.
I said, God damn it, I can't save her. I said, there's nobody I can call. She didn't grab a backwood for real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, she gonna take a 90-day suspension. Now we
30. I think it's a 30-day suspension. It's a 30-day suspension, and she might be able to run in 4 years.
In 4 years?
Yeah.
Wait.
That was the cost of hitting a J. I mean, we all love to smoke, but I ain't about to jeopardize, no golden opportunity to hit a J. I got to hold out for a little bit. But to each his own.
I've been hard on Sha'Carri Richardson, because that's what I do. Mere entertainment. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought that was the male runner that the male transgender runner that everyone was talking
Oh
about,
shit.
right?
Who? Someone.
No, I said I thought when I saw her, I thought that was the transgender runner
Shut up,
that
bro. Shut up,
everyone
bro.
was talking about.
Right.
So, me personally,
What the fuck?
How, Sway?
Just stop.
How?
Just
oh, listen,
don't even ask him. Don't
nah,
even.
listen,
We're not gonna
nah,
entertain
How?
this.
nah, listen. I get it.
We're not
That
gonna
the same
entertain
person?
this.
Is that the same person? Is that the same person? But I was hard on her. You know what I'm saying? But now knowing that she hit the weed and wrecked her whole opportunities, it's like that kind of like we don't even have to talk about it no more. Like 4 years from now, she may be an Olympian, but now she's just another weed smoker, and that's fucked up. That the economy has changed because I mean, like, come on, Michael Phelps, y'all not gonna tell me Michael Phelps was not hitting that weed before he got caught hitting that bomb, and he won him 7 little swimmy meets, 7. So,
But
nah,
see, I'm
man.
gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like nothing is wrong with hitting the weed. Like I feel like it's good meditation. It's good for, you know what I'm saying, creative thought purposes. And if you swimming, cause like, you know what I'm saying, like if you swimming, you underwater, ain't nothing else around. That's just probably helping them get through the swim. It's probably making the
I
swim
want to
fun as
know
shit.
how. I want to know how high. I want the Olympics to tell me how high her THC count was. I want that. I want
That shit was
those
probably low like a
numbers.
Lambo. That shit was probably low.
Now, like I don't know where is she from again, Jezebel.
She's from Texas, I believe. Let me.
Woo! I hear they got some good shit out Texas though, cuz. What if she was hitting that hella killer strong THC shit? I
Oh
know they
yeah, that
wasn't
Holy
giving. I
Grail.
know they were not
She's
giving
from
Shakari.
Dallas. She's from Dallas,
Ooh,
Texas.
I know they wasn't giving Shakari no huff out there. I know they wasn't giving her no huff out there.
Mm-mm.
I want to know
Mm-mm.
her THC count because for the story to be, I only smoked it because my mom passed. If you hit a little J, now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I was 18 years old, I graduated from high school, and I was walking around the corner, and stumbled across some of my friends, and they were standing in the hallway, and they were all smoking a backwood at the
Mm.
time. But at that time, I didn't know what they were smoking, and I said, "What are all y'all back here doing?" And they all were just passing it, and I'm sitting there just talking. And one of my friends reached out to me and said, "Hit this," and I said, "What is this?" He said, "It's just weed, cuz nothing else." I said, "Oh, I'll try it." I hit it one time, and I was like, "Damn, this is nothing." But guess what happened, guys?
He was
A
that
couple
shit.
of months later, I decided
Months.
I want to be a detective. Watching Law and Order, SVU, and all that bullshit, I wanted to follow in the nice path of Ice-T. Right? I said, let me be like Ice-T. So I walked into the police department and I passed. I passed all these tests and I passed all these physicals and I made it to this department where I was talking to all these captains and I had gotten a job and I had to do this little thing called take a polygraph test, right? Because I had already passed the drug test, obviously, because I only hit the weed one time. I said I did like that, I did like this. What is that? That's what I did at 18. But here I am, a couple of months later, at the police department, and I can't get the job because of that puff.
What do you mean because of that puff?
Oh, we took the test.
Because you're gonna fail the polygraph test when they ask you, have you ever smoked weed, and you've smoked it. Even if you say no, because it was just one puff. And even if you say yes, because it was just one puff, that's a fail because you can't smoke weed. Right?
That's
So it's
discrimination.
amazing. It's so many levels. It's so many levels that you have to make a decision into what you want to be in life. I mean, I'm blessed that
Well,
I get to be a rapper, you
mm-hmm.
know, and there's plenty other jobs like Congress and the president where you can smoke hella weed. You know, it's amazing. If you want to be a senator, you want to be a congressman, a mayor, you can smoke whatever you want. But if you want to be a good, wholesome runner, you got to be clean. It's amazing how this world works. It's interesting.
You know,
You can
you gotta
have the
smoke that
keys.
weed,
You
nigga.
can
That
have the
shit
keys to
fine.
press the nuclear button without a
Mm-hmm.
piss test, but you can't run for this country if you got weed in your system.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Well, I'm glad I don't run for this country, but I am thinking about running for president when I hit my 40s or some type of elected official. Would you run for any elected official?
But nah.
You
I'm
wouldn't.
not.
You don't. You don't want that type of political, any type of political status.
I don't really like politics. It just
Hmm.
like I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like politics because try to explain politics to kids. It's some bullshit. Like for real. Like you know what I'm saying. My opinion on it. It if you look at it from a kid's perspective, they're like, why don't they just do this? And I'm like, damn, I wish it was that simple. But I
Yeah.
feel like politics makes shit complicated. So I don't really like trying to
Yeah.
involve myself in
Yeah, but if
politics.
we left stuff up to the kids, bro, all our electric
Oh
bills would
no
be
no
high.
no. Yeah, no bullshit. No bullshit. But that's why you know what I'm saying it's a balance. But I just don't like I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even like watching the news like that no more. Like I real live live in a box. Like honestly, Six, if you don't be telling me about the shit that be going on and sending me that shit on Instagram and shit, I wouldn't know what the fuck be going on because I don't be trying to look. Like every time I turn on the news, it be some bullshit. I be like, what the fuck? Like this shit crazy. Let me
Yeah.
turn this shit the fuck off. It's just hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. It do. It's like it gets funneled. It's being funneled to us. I started watching reality TV. That's more my.
what you been
I like
watching?
Chopped. I've been watching
Okay.
Chopped,
Yeah, shit like
and
that cool.
I've been watching some Ratchet TV too. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been watching some Love and Hip Hops. I've been watching also this joint called Celebrity Couples Retreat. That's pretty cool. Ray J and his wife going ham on that joint. But yeah, I just be watching Ratchet TV. You know what I'm saying? Because anything else,
Mhm.
it's good to watch Ratchet TV because I already have in my mind it's staged.
Right.
So it's like cool. I'm
That
cool
shit
with that.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. Jezabel, would you go on any reality TV shows? Would you do a reality show?
I would.
Yeah, like J Money, we gonna still get this reality. We need to get a reality show popping.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I felt like I
J
lived
Money
one when
got
that
J
bullshit
Money got
happened.
the acting
Bruh. Hey. Fuck, I felt like I fucking lived a reality show when that bullshit happened. You know what I'm
You
talking about?
did. We
Hey,
all
The
bruh,
fuck?
you know what? Hey, well,
What the fuck?
since you brought it up, young, now
What the
because I was not gonna bring it up, young, but let's talk about this, right? Because during that time, and for y'all that don't know, you won't know, but let's just get caught up real quick. During that time, there was like a DMV black ball rolling around, right? And it
Bruh,
was
I was
like,
getting messages. I was getting messages like you can no longer attend or perform at any of our events. I'm looking at my shit like, what the fuck? The fuck going
but
on? Like,
but
the
listen,
hell?
I was getting messages like this. If you keep doing those shows with Jay Money, you're done.
For real? What the fuck? But let me tell you the whole
I
kill
was like,
about that whole
Malcolm
bill.
X. I was like Malcolm X at my window one night. I was like, come on, motherfuckers. Come on.
Bruh, let me tell you the whole kill to that whole spill was nobody was like, I ain't know what the fuck was going on until that Friday. And you was like, you hit me the day before and was like, bruh, what the fuck going on? I was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And he was like, yeah, this bitch saying some wild shit. And when this nigga tried to show me the messages, this is the most amazing shit I ever seen. Like I never saw the messages like disappear.
Yeah,
Like
she was
why
hitting the unsend. She was hitting the unsend button. She was
like
unsending
while I was
everything from.
like I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? Man, and then I swear on everything, I've never in my life seen like, you know, in that Ludacris song, when it be like, when I move, you move, just like that. Nigga, she came in the club holding on to this nigga back. And like, I'm looking at this situation like, what the fuck is going on? Because I brought the mics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to come to me if you want to perform. Because these my motherfucking mics. Like, what the fuck you think is about to happen? so, like, what the fuck? You come in this joint, motherfucking off the, holding on to this nigga jacket. Like, when he coming up the steps, when I move, you move. Just like that. Like I never seen this shit. I was like, oh shit. I was like, bro, play the Ludacris song right now, bro. Like Six up there DJ. I'm looking like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck is this bitch doing in here?
Nah,
Bro,
You a legend
bruh.
for that,
Was that
sis.
12?
Yes, that was
Yes.
at
Okay.
12.
You
That was at
you a
12.
legend for that because that was the first time I had ever seen someone get put on by just spreading shit about someone. Rather good, bad, or
Well,
indifferent.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. In order for someone to be able to sway or persuade a group or some type of people, it had to be maybe some prior suspicions or like some prior feelings or doubt of that person in the first place. So, for instance, in order for someone to convince you Sixxcess not to like me, you probably had have already felt some type of way, like some type of feelings, like okay,
And
well she
and
is
that
this type
right
of
there,
way.
no, that right there is exactly where I was like, oh, all right, cool. And it showed me who the fuck was real and who the fuck wasn't. Because the only person who came to me and said, this person is saying something about you was Sixxcess. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else, John, like was like, oh, okay. Nobody was saying shit to me, just like, yeah, get the fuck away, like giving me the cold shoulder. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't put
Yeah,
out no bad. You know, I'm not no person to put out no bad energy, regardless. Like, I'm not gonna put out no type of bad energy, even if I'm feeling some type of way about you. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna say no shit behind your back that I wouldn't say to your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna talk bad about nobody. So when I was looking at
yeah,
the shit, I was just like, all right, this is cool. I see who's real and who's fake. Because I'm gonna tell you, the other thing that fucked me up was this other nigga in the club with me from 10 o'clock till 2. From 10 to 2. Didn't say shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Me and Sixxcess hosting 12-12. Ain't say shit to me from 10 o'clock till 2. Call my phone at 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, nigga, where the fuck you at? I'm like, hold the fuck up, bro. I said what's up to you like 3 times. You ain't had shit to say to me in the club. Now all of a sudden you want to call my phone at 3:30 in the morning? Like, I can't respect that.
YouTube ghetto. Don't kick me
yeah.
out. Don't kick me
I
out.
think I recall that. And one thing I will say about you is you stand your ground, like you stand in your you really, you call it, you gonna call it out, like if somebody, I guess, feels some type of way, like you basically want them to like show face for it, because I
I'm
kind of,
I'm
if I'm
I'm an
not
honest
mistaken
person.
about that situation, it was kind of like all this stuff was being said, but at the moment nothing was being said to you directly, but you're
Nothing.
receiving a phone call after you just saw me. So it's crazy. I'm
But
glad
but like,
that you made
let
it
me tell you
through
what's
it.
funny. Let me tell
No,
you
let
what's
me
funny.
tell you
Because
what
before
fucked
I
me
get
up.
kicked out,
I'm gonna tell you what really mentally fucked me up was when the police came to my door. That fucked me up. And I'm
you
gonna
know
tell
what
you at
fucked
the
me up is when
time
I
I
read the
just
police
got
report.
no, yeah, I had to send Six the police report because mind you, at the time when I got it, I couldn't see out my eye. I just got surgery on my left eye. Couldn't see the shit. So I'm taking screenshots of the joint
Mm.
and I'm sending it to Six, right? So then he was like, hold up, bro, I'm about to read it and call you back, right? So you know what I'm saying? Like 15 minutes later, he called me back and he was like, why didn't you tell me, bruh? And I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? He was like, why the fuck you ain't tell me? This is
But
fuck
the
been going
shit,
on this
I
whole
mean, but
time. And I'm like, hold up, bro, what you talking about? He was like, you talk to Pac on a daily basis? And I'm like, hold the fuck up, yeah. Because this motherfucker wrote in the police statement that I talk to Tupac Shakur and other deceased artists on a daily basis. Like, this is what was written. Like, real
Yeah.
loud, this is what was written on a police statement. And I actually have to take off of work and go to court for this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like at the
Now,
time I just started working this mental health job, I had to take off work and go to court for this bullshit.
now, but like, let me tell you what's hilarious, Jezebel, because he was like, because I heard the last thing I heard was the question that it has to be some type of receipts if people are saying these things if everyone is massively building them, right? But I'm reminded of a time one of my friends went, he was doing, he was getting his receipts for gas that he would get, right? So he could turn them into his boss. And I'm reminded of a time when he went and said, give me 100 on pump number 1. And he proceeded to put $30 in my tank and $30 in his tank and get some cigarettes, right? So
mm-hmm.
what made me what I remember is that no matter what receipts you have, it does not necessarily mean that's what was gotten or that's what was done. You're right. It's like
no. In
things are interesting in this world.
In retrospect,
You fuck me up with the gas.
with high emotions going, people are liable to believe what they want to believe, what
And
seems that could be true at that time.
I
The
think the
sad thing is
timing
that
of the shit.
we want to believe drama no matter what.
Right. I think the timing of the shit was
if your emotions is high, nothing can stop you from grabbing a pitchfork.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the funny part is, I always ask anything. I mean, if one of my mans come to me in the hood and tell me some shit like, yeah, you know, they was talking this about you and this, I heard this about you. And I'm want to know motives. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear people like, why they feel comfortable telling you? No, I want to be comfortable telling someone that's coming back to tell me, but I want to know what's the motives.
Motive, yeah, like what's the purpose?
Why? What do they want? What is it that they want for them to be out here talking about me right now?
Well, it appears that some people just like to infiltrate circles and create chaos. Because in retrospect, I'm like, how can you be so obsessed with this particular circle?
Well, because what was that saying that I believe that you created this saying one night when everyone was in the club and it was about fucking 400 people in there and it was sweating, there was a line outside, and you walked in, you grabbed the mic and you yelled, "We lit, bitch!" And everybody was like, and that was like
no, he's so silly. No. I mean, it's obsessive at this point.
Hey, no, look, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Real live, I was talking to Six about that shit. I was like, yeah, we need to make that shit a motherfucking whole movie, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
I want to remake a whole video of stupid hoes and involve that shit, because that's a stupid hoe. Like,
Yeah,
that's the definition of a stupid hoe, yeah.
It's
like
it's entirely obsessive, and you know, I even got burned by the situation, so it's it's just messy all
shit.
around.
But like you've known for years, for like how long I've been doing Smokehouse. Like I don't do no messy shit. Like I don't even involve myself. Some shit be going on, I get the fuck away. Like I stay the fuck away from that shit. That's not my business. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe in finest business.
Six, are you back?
I'm back.
J Money, say something. Say something.
Get that dude on mute.
Who got him on mute?
He got himself on mute. So, you know, like I'm not gonna hold you. That was one of the hardest times for me.
I believe you.
Like because in the end thing that a lot of people don't realize is J Money back?
Yeah.
Were you back, J Money?
I'm back.
So like, well, a lot of people know what I was saying is that was a real hard time for me, right? Because like when I first started coming around in 2017, you know, like a lot, I tell this story a lot. It was me on the outside, right? Now, a lot of people, for whatever reasons, did not approve of my methods of doing showcases and going around promoters. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I don't tell, when I tell artists do your own things, if all of y'all are in the showcases and all of y'all are becoming friends and all of y'all are talking while you're waiting for your time to go up, then why aren't all of y'all doing your own shows together? And that's what I started. Right. I'm like, we could do our own shows. I mean, they already charging us $20 to get in. You realize that's the house asking for that. That's what the club asking for. $10, $20 to get in. Some clubs $5. Whatever the club say, we good for it, right? So I bet. Now we like, all right, everybody performing, everybody partying. We the guys. Why do we need a promoter who is just gonna stand up and be like, J Money Gives next? J Money, where you at? One more time. I'm not gonna be looking for you. I'm not looking for you all night. You know, you got to walk in the spot.
Ouch.
You got to scurry to the motherfucking DJ because nobody know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That's how it was. I walk to the, I got to
That's
run
how the
into the
shit
DJ.
was.
I got to run into the DJ. 5 motherfucking bitches in his face. 5 niggas in his face. Everybody talking dumb shit. Next thing I
Nah,
know,
but
I'm at
see,
the bottom.
you know what I
I'm at the
always
bottom.
used to do?
Yeah.
Nah, you know
So,
the move.
so,
I always used to bring the DJ a J or bring him like, huh, you want a drink? You want a J? Huh, you gotta fuck with the DJ because the DJ the one about to play your shit. Like, fuck
bro,
that.
like,
Get cool with that
so
motherfucking DJ.
naturally, I'm running a showcase. I did a show. I had these artists there. It was about 7, 8 artists. And I had a good friend, Telepath, pop up in that said show. At this time, I don't know who Telepath is, right? But I realized that everyone's attention to him was interesting, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next week, I'm booking artists for my show, and a lot of artists are asking me, can I do Smokehouse afterwards, or can I do Smokehouse first, right? And I'm asking myself, what the fuck is Smokehouse?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck is Smokehouse? Now, mind you, for a long time, I was trying to link with people that had venues where you could smoke and do things like that. So when I heard Smokehouse, I'm thinking that this is like some pop-up in DC. I'm thinking, okay, everybody's going to the pop-up? Like, what the hell? So then these 3 artists come to me, and this manager, he says, I got my artists on Smokehouse. Now, guys, y'all have to understand, y'all can hear it in my voice that was a tone of, I've done something that you can't do. Right? It was like, I got my artist on Clubhouse, on Smokehouse. We're doing that. And I'm like, oh, I just got shitted on for Smokehouse. what is Smokehouse? So I arranged an opportunity to go up to Smokehouse. That's why I see J Money. Now, it took me a year pretty much to like get to the point where it's like, hey, Six, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And at that same point, it's like, okay, Six, what's up? You hosting, you want to do this, you want to do that, blah, blah, blah. Now you got this thing that happens, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, after all of that, it's like, wait, I'm starting to now make a name for myself, right? And everyone now is like, pick a side. Pick a side. Like, that was the first opportunity.
No, what they say to you, Six? They was no, because look, he called me and he was like, bro, they told me that doing business with J Money is going to be bad for my business.
Yep.
I said, oh, really?
Doing business with J Money is going to be bad for my business. And I said, my business is going to be fine.
And
because
stood your ground. He stood his ground. He said, I don't know what y'all, I don't know who y'all know, but I know who I know.
Yes. They would walk in my show, see hundreds of people can't even make their way to me, so they would just leave, you know? And a lot of times, we knew what they was coming in there for, to be on some bullshit. But when y'all see DC Live, we fucking in that jump, fucking 300 people deep, 200 people deep. You ain't coming in there to do nothing with your 4 people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, we start realizing that this amnesty was going on. But that's where like, for me, that was the work. Like, it bothered me more because I'm more about family. And I looked at all of us like one big ass family. And because on the outside looking in, I was the new guy, right? So I'm looking at everybody like,
that's how I felt too.
They all family, and I'm new. If they turned on this dude, and he was like, everybody was telling me, the only one you can listen, like, you don't understand, like, rest in peace, Trust.
I'm sorry, J-Man. I'm not laughing at you. It's just now the way he's explaining the situation from somebody else's point of view, it is kind of fucked up. But go ahead, Six.
Yeah, so I'm looking at these things and I'm like, okay, damn, like, these people are trading on him, like, and these are the same people that was telling me.
Look, to my defense, I'm a feminist, so I'm gonna go with the females. Like, that's what I do.
This is what's hilarious, Jezabel. because at that time, we all know, and I don't like to keep talking about Trust, rest in peace, Trust, but when Trust passed away, the vultures were out and everybody needed positions, spots, slots, things to do, jobs, whatever the case may be. And
Mm-hmm.
Trust put me in position. Like a lot of people don't understand. When I first started doing showcases, like it was a lot of things that I would go to Trust and be like, "Can I do this? You think it would work?" You know, and it was a lot of people. It was a lot of promoters. When I tell y'all, at least 20 promoters that I had spoke to about my ideas. Out of all of them, only one that was Trust said, "Hell yeah, that can work. Do it." You know, and a lot of people, even when he passed, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you trying to steal his stuff? You trying to do this, and you want to do this because of that?" And I'm like, "Wait, do y'all even like
Nah.
register me, like look me up before y'all just started talking and doing this stuff?" Like, yeah, I'm new to y'all, but y'all best believe Trust was a dude that had his ear to the streets, that had his ear to every DMV
Mm-hmm.
artist. You walk into a building. That was the first person that told me,
He
if you
knew.
invite an artist out to your show, you best know who that artist is. I
Mm.
walked up, what up,
No
Sixxcess?
bullshit.
You know me, this is my first time here. Yeah, I'm Trust. This is my shit. That like, you know, he had the door like, oh yeah, what up, you know, everybody. And I'm like, damn, it's 100 motherfuckers in this joint. He know everybody.
You know all of them.
So like, I'm like, hey, yeah, you learn things. You learn things and you adapt things and you grow with things, but then you watch how people do. You know, and I'm like, damn, like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
that showed me a pivotal point in everything. Even when you reached out to me and how you reached out to me, Boss Biz, like 5 radio stations was hovering around, rolling with Sixxcess show like vultures. And I was like, no, I'm done. Rolling with Sixxcess is done. You know? And it was like the
Nah, I kept
conversation
telling you, I
was,
was like, bro, you can start your own show, bro. I was like, you
yes,
start
you
your
was.
own
You was
show,
heavy
bro.
on it. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And it was like when till me and Jezabel sat down and talked, and it was like, yeah, that clicks. That's it. Let's do that. You know, let's do that. And
Mm-hmm.
and the thing about it is a lot of things about me as an artist, like I said, it's all about sports mentality. I mean, I was asked to play tennis, but when I went to tennis practice and realized, wait a minute, it's one of me against one of him. All right, that's cool, but what fun is that? But in baseball, there's 9 of us beating 9 of them. I'm gonna play baseball instead. You know, I'm all about team, all about a big unity. You know, which is
Yeah.
weird because I don't understand why a lot of artists are not like that. it's
Yeah.
just it's just
Yeah, that shit
interesting.
weird. Nah, I'm
It's
gonna
just,
tell you the crazy thing, because just like Jezebel said, just how Jezebel said, she was like, I'm gonna go with the female, right? When I told Six this shit, he was like, bruh, you know what you gotta do, right? And I'm like, nah, bro, like, I don't know what the fuck to do. He was like, you gotta end this shit. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? He was like, you gotta protect yourself, bruh. I'm like, bruh, how the fuck I'm supposed to protect myself? This some wild ass shit the fuck going on. How the fuck I'm supposed to protect myself? He was like, if you go into that court building and she got this 4-page police statement on you and you the guy, it's gonna look bad. So you gotta write a statement on her ass. I was like, nigga, what? Like,
Mm.
never in my entire life have I ever gone into a police station and said, I'm scared for my life. But you know what I'm saying? I
You
had to
should
do
have
this
got a
one time.
cease
And let
and
me tell you,
desist though. You know what I'm about to start fucking with these
man,
cease
he
and
did,
desist
he did,
letters.
he did. That's what the
yeah.
fuck
And I got
actually.
a gag order. And
Yeah, he did.
that's why the fuck I was like, yeah, how the fuck is this shit still going on? But so then I'm gonna tell you the other thing. The motherfucker was so broke that, like, when I even tried to go to sue, they said it wasn't worth it because I would be spending $2,500 to get back $500 because this motherfucker didn't have no value and no assets. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was like, do you really think it's worth doing that? I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. It's not worth me spending that
I
much to
even
get back
told
five
the
hundred
I told
dollars.
the nigga, I said, bro, you need to get on the air and you need to tell your story. You need to get in front of this, right? And it's weird because when I tell you that someone was totally oblivious to what everyone was seeing around him, no, like he had no idea all
I
these
ain't.
messages. And even when I was trying to show him, they were already unsent to me. All he was saying was my messages
I ain't
like, you
seen
need
none
to
of the
wake
shit.
him up, you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there like, yo, this shit is bullshit because no one is willing to show you no one is willing to show you
Nobody
what's
showed
said.
you? Nobody at all?
He
Even
still
to
No,
don't know.
till
today?
till this
He
day,
still don't know.
to this day I never seen it. Nah, to this day I never seen it.
But you know what I always
I
tell him?
don't give a fuck.
It's just your DMs. Whatever's in your DMs, that's what was exposed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, J Money, I have a question for you. Because I think you, outside of me, but you got to know this individual from a different point of view. And even now looking back, um, what do you feel like, what do you feel someone, like, not even this particular person, but what would be their motive to even still to this day still be infiltrating the circle
That's easy, Jezabel.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
that's now broken?
Hold on, what was you about to say,
Don't
Six? Why is that easy?
don't you say you don't know. Don't you dare say you don't know, J Money. Don't you
I was gonna
dare.
say, hold on, what you about to say?
Nah, what you was gonna say? What you was gonna say? I want to know honestly what you was gonna say.
Man, I don't even know to this day why the fuck. Like, if you talk about that
Man, come
situation, I
on,
don't know.
young. Okay, let's just be real, y'all. Let's be 100% one. Can we be blunt? Can I be frank? I know
All
I'm
right,
Sixxcess, but can I be
please go ahead.
is there a way I can change my name to Frank? But let's just be frank. A person is doing one measly showcase paying $20 to get in the door, right? Now, they definitely paying to perform everywhere they go. We know this for a fact because that's how we met these people, right? Now, if when you walk into a show, let's just be a guy, for instance, Jezabel, that walks into a show and sees you're the host, sees that you have pulled with the owners, sees that you have multiple shows going on, and he's an artist. And now he sees that there may be an opportunity for y'all to be a relationship, a couple. You know what I'm saying? Now that automatically brings what? More shows, um, more connections.
Uh-huh.
Now at the end of the
All
day,
right, so I'm gonna
if
tell
on the
you, the bitch
outside
was probably
when you
mad because I tried to go to the studio with her and I tried to do this song. And I'm gonna tell you, I got the song recorded now, but I tried to do the song and she was some shit. And I was like, I can't. I was like, if you're gonna be doing that, I can't work with you. And I left and I went and I did the other song. I recorded 3 other songs and came back. And I think that might have been what pissed her off. Like I went with 3 other girls and recorded 3 other songs and had that shit. You know how I work in the studio. Like
damn,
nigga, by the time you come to like Jezebel, we could record a song. Like Jezebel, I'm trying to tell you, if I pull up on you and you want to record a song, we could get the recording with no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's not anything hard for me to do. So when she made this
so
shit
now,
difficult and it was 45 minutes and we ain't had nothing done, I think that might have hurt her feelings. Cause I was like, I just realized I can't do a song with you. And I rolled out and went and did 3 songs.
so
And
now
you know what I'm
look at
saying?
that.
Came
So
back.
now
And
look at
then
that. You
went and
dog
did,
her.
then I went and did a movie. So like it wasn't even that. Then like I'm about my business, you know what I'm saying? So then I went and I filmed that other, you know what I'm saying, that other movie that actually we stopped filming because that COVID shit happened. But I was filming the movie at the time. I went to go film that and they paid me for that day. Bam, I go film the movie. The next day I went to do an extra on the set. And actually Yogi came out on the set too that time when I had that during out Baltimore. And we did an extra on set. Like I'm working, you know what I'm saying? But when I'm saying like all you need to do is apply yourself, you could be doing the same shit. I guess maybe motherfuckers like I don't know. You know, if you with somebody and you in that situation, they're gonna feel like, oh, you doing too much or you doing more. But I'm like, no, I'm doing what the fuck I always been doing. So I don't
Now
know
when
why
you
the fuck
with
you think
somebody
you know what I'm saying?
and y'all were together at that point, like a couple.
Let me just tell you. So like
Answer the question. It was a
y'all
yes
know
or
this for
no.
years. No, listen. At the time, yes, but I'm gonna tell you, y'all know for years, like it's the years I've been doing Smokehouse, I never went with none of them bitches, like stupid hoes. Like I ain't never fuck with none of them bitches. The one time, like this is the one time I left with one of these bitches. You know what I'm saying? The one time, and that's why I'll probably never in my, you know what I'm saying? Never in life do it again. The one time I go with one of these bitches, the craziest shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, the craziest shit happened.
Nah,
The one
listen, I ain't
time.
gonna lie,
And I
y'all.
was talking
The
to her for
worst.
not even entire 30 days. Like, this shit was like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to her for like 2 weeks, bro. In that 2 weeks,
Yeah,
that
she
was the
said
most
on the
craziest shit.
I remember one of her interviews. She said 3 weeks. She gave you 3 weeks of her
Bruh,
life, and
bruh.
she couldn't believe the things that she had read. I'm not gonna lie to you, bruh. It's only funny to me because, but like it's fucked up because every man has been through that shit, bro. E-
We're
Every
gonna
Bruh.
man.
do we're gonna do a more in-depth interview later into this because I don't want to ask the hard questions right now. But Success, I want you to
Man,
answer the question about why you would think someone, like you were saying about the guy saying that I had more connections, so now he's messing with me, but then after that goes and mess with somebody else in the circle, and then after that
Yes.
starts hanging with the girl in a circle, and then after
Yeah,
that
because it's
starts
all
fucking
about
with another nigga in the circle. Like who? What type of person does stuff like that?
somebody who watches fucking
they're
Tyler
called
Perry movies.
opportunists. They're called opportunists.
Bruh.
And for real,
What for
we
what though?
we look at we at a certain level in our lives where you have to even ask yourself, what is my partner doing? You know what I'm saying? So if a person is coming into a circle talking about they want to do things, that's a red flag to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute, what what can you do? First of all, like, what are you
Or
doing?
what are you already doing?
Yeah, like
Yeah, what the fuck are
what
you
is this?
doing?
Like for me, honestly, I was weirded out by the fact that I was even receiving DMs from her about the situation. You know, I mean, I don't receive personal DMs from females personally, you know. So when I was receiving them, I was like already like, all right, I'm the wrong person to talk to, right? But I understood what was happening because this was a ladder thing, right? This was a ladder field. And where a lot of people don't understand, J Money works in a lot of capacities with a lot of people. So like you think why would his conversations be leaked to all of the people that it was leaked to? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I didn't directly get them. I actually was shown them by one of
because
your ex closest friends.
at that
So
point you had not created Boss Biz Radio yet.
yeah. Well,
That's
I
why
mean, it was brewing, just nobody knew about it.
exactly, and that's why you didn't get it. You know, and the crazy part about it is it was everyone that was connected to his shows some way or somehow
Oh.
that received it. Pony, Audio AJ, Telepath,
Yeah, that's why all the
myself.
DJs.
You
Yeah,
know, and and then I mean, look,
The
if
girl
I was
CB,
I
she
want
had
to,
them.
yeah, I want to take a shot at those men right now because I can, because I know that there's nothing that none of them can do with me, but they're lame as far as the women's aspect of life, right? And they all looking for
they
a
are.
piece of pussy. So it's easy for them to be like, I'm your superhero. Let me save you, and I can help you and I can do this and this is me. Whereas though, honestly, I ain't about to save no hoes because I'm married. I'm good years in, and trust and believe me, there ain't gonna be no saving after that one. If me and my wife, anything was ever happen for me and my wife, I'm good being solo with my 5 kids and making it making it move, right? Because the mentality of, like I said, y'all already know. Everybody know to watch the show. I'm a psyche person. You know what I'm saying? And God gave us men's psyche, women's psyche. What we choose to do in those realms, you know what I'm saying? The other people will never understand, but we know that they happen. So hell no.
Mhm.
So
Infiltrations of circles is the worst.
Back to you saying J Money work in a bunch of different capacities and stuff like that, and then you going back into saying something about a black partner. Did this devastately affect you, J Money? Because I see you was still working.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It fucked me up. Like I was done with the DMV. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I was going out to shows and shit, like they wasn't even fucking with me. It's like, let me just tell you, like those relationships that I built were years, and you know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when I used to come to Smokehouse and be paying, like, you know what I'm saying? We used to pay every week to come in there, and it didn't take. It turned from me paying every week to,
You
bam,
being a
okay,
part.
cool. Now I'm coming, leaving, yeah, being a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool, leaving back out on the other side, and then. And I
Getting
started
the
talking
paycheck.
success, and I was like, bro,
Say
you know
it.
we could do this. Right. I said, bro, you know we could do this anywhere, right? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, shit, we could. And I was like, bro, we know all the artists. Like, we could just do this shit at other places. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we real live turned all of this shit. Like, it was, I'm gonna tell you, it was those 2 years from 2016, 17. It turned from 2017 to 2018 where I started actually like hosting. Cause I didn't win the Smokehouse joint until 2018, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I started coming in and hosting. And then every single day, rest in peace, Trust. Like every single day, you know, me and Trust was working because he lived right down the street. I'm like, all right, fuck that. We was sitting down working every single day. We was coming up with a plan. And he was like, bro, as long as we got a plan, we can figure out a way to execute that shit. And that's really what got me on the point where I was like, all right, shit. And I was like, bro, I'm about to leave and go the fuck out of town. He was like, you gonna be back for Smokehouse? And you know, I'll leave and I'll get the fuck on the plane and be gone. And I'll make sure I come back on Sunday just to be back for Smokehouse. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, yes, that shit fucked me up because I couldn't even move like how I was moving. Because I was doing
Mm.
shows like every night of the week.
Look,
So I went from
Jezabel,
doing
he
shows
didn't even
4 or 5 nights a
remember
week to zero.
my
So
first Smokehouse
the
theater.
real question that we all want to know, you don't have to answer it, is were you intimate with the missus?
Yes, for those 2 3 weeks, yes, I was. But
Okay.
like, no, hold on, you talking about?
No, we
Hold
talking
on, who you
about
talking about?
Jess.
the
She's talking
Oh
about were you
no,
intimate with Jess?
missus. Who
fuck
else
no.
is the missus?
No. Oh, I thought you talking. I thought you
There's
was
only
talking about
one
this
person
the
married in the
wild bitch. No,
situation.
no, not at all. Never. And let me tell you the other crazy thing about that. Because when I called my sister and was telling her what the fuck was going on, she was like, "Wait, so this girl is saying that you're having an affair with a girl whose hips are broken?" And I was like, "That shit don't even make sense." You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, right there,
But the
that shit
hips
don't
were
even make
broken
sense.
after the fact. I mean, prior to the blowout, were you guys intimate? Or
No.
yeah,
See,
were you guys intimate?
never. Let me tell you, me, Jess, and Trust will work every day because let me just tell you, like, this is his wife. So anytime she's doing shit, he'd be like, "Hey, Jess, put this on this." Like, she got the tablet, she's writing this shit up. Like, you know how we used to make the list and you know what I'm saying, do the shit. We had a formula of how we constructed business. So when it was certain things, I would be like, "All right, this is what Jess does." You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, he'd be like, "Nah, that's a Jess question. You gotta ask Jess." I'd be like, "All right, cool." So I asked Jess. You know what I'm saying? If it was certain things dealing with this, I would ask Jess, and that's just always what it was. It was always about business. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay,
it was never.
last messy question, and then I'm done. So in one of the text messages or in one of the DMs, Jessica allegedly texts you, "I love you," and it wasn't in a friendly sense. What is that about?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If it was anything like that, like I'm not a person to like. I'm a person to spread love. And like if I don't know what it was, but I know I say I love people, and I'm gonna tell you, it hurts me that a lot of people that I was saying I loved at that time don't even speak to me to this day. Like it was
I
someone that I
work
was
with
cool
you
with since I
every
was
week.
four
You
years
never
old.
told me you love me.
No,
So
no,
what
I'm
is that
saying
about?
no. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Jessica's
I'm just
relationship, we
fucking with
work
you.
every single day. We working like 6 days a week. But now I'm
I'm
telling
just
you, like
fucking with
even
you.
Joan, I've known Joan since I was 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
like if you look at me and her DMs, you could probably say the same shit because I'll say I love her. I'm hitting her at
Hmm.
6 o'clock in the morning, like whatever. But you know what I'm saying? To this day, Joan doesn't even talk to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, rest in peace to her father. I know her father passed and things like that, but like, she hasn't talked to me since that shit happened. So that shit really broke up a lot of good relationships that I built and had for like over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody I know since I'm 4 years old. If I FaceTime her right now, she won't answer my call. Fucks me up.
I'm not.
And I
I'm
don't
not
know
gonna
why.
lie.
I can't.
It kind of. It kind of opened up a lane that was crowded.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like even for me, because I
It
was
showed me a lot.
blinded by a lot of relationships, right? And even through
Me
that
too.
moment, since people were moving themselves out, it was like, damn, where you with like look at it like a pie, right? Where like I said, I'm at the table, I'm serving everybody a slice of the pie. Sometimes everybody else was eating, and I would still walk out the club with nothing in my pocket
With
but
nothing.
enough money to get
Yeah, I
gas
remember several nights like
and
that.
maybe a couple of
Mm-hmm.
J's left, you know? So it went from that to where now no one wants to even work with me, and everyone's like, oh, everyone is telling their artists don't show up, don't come to this, don't do that. And I'm looking at the joint like, wait a minute. I told Jay Money because he was like, man, no one is talking to me. I said, why are we focusing on all of these artists that are acting like they've made it Hollywood, right? I said, let's focus on let's reach out to the artists that can't get into Smokehouse. Like not the Smokehouse artists, let them have that. Let's
Yeah.
reach out to the artists that can't get into
Mm-hmm.
Smokehouse. Let's be the 18 and
Yeah,
over.
time to level
Let's
up on that shit.
let's
Yeah.
reach out to the artist that only has a 100 views, 30 views on his video. Let's not keep looking for the guys that got a K by their videos and by their rap
Mm-hmm.
name. Let's look for the guy that got 20 followers. Let him get on stage,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And listen, we started to create another avenue, right? Because the blackball era is hilarious in a city like DC, right? It's like it's like you
It's so
saying, hey,
small. That
you
shit
can't.
can't go nowhere.
It's so small, but yet it's so broad, right? It's like, wait a minute, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the top promoter in the DMV? We can't name him. Who is the top? Who's the top dog in the DMV? We can't name him either. Like if we even tried to ask who's the number one artist in the DMV right now that ain't bag and bad bougie, like the biggest artist on the come up. We all can't agree on that artist either.
Yeah, it's gonna be so many different answers.
So like it ain't like a city like motherfucking like LA, Atlanta, New
Mm-hmm.
York. You know what I'm saying? Where the niggas
Yeah, like you
blackball you
know,
and
yeah.
they fuck around like Quando Rondo ass pull up and just him and his group at the motherfucking show. He done that in DC. Everybody and their mama still be trying to get a ticket to the Quando Rondo show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know? So it's weird because I see a lot of shit. I see a lot of stuff in the DMV. And I ask a lot of artists, I'm like, yo, what do y'all really want to do? Where y'all really want to go? I know an artist right
They
now
don't know.
who is blackballed and really oblivious to the fact that he's blackballed.
But
But
blackball from what though? Because to me,
See, like, let me
like you
tell
can
you. Let
only
me tell
be
you. You can't.
blackballed from a certain. It's so
circle,
much going on here. It's
Exactly.
like you blackballed over here, but then it's like 50 other circles going on. So
exactly,
that
So, like,
this
look.
little circle might not
Exactly. So,
even be
like,
on their level.
exactly.
you can't give somebody. You can't give somebody who knows what they want something else. Like Jezebel, if you go in the restaurant and you want a steak and they bring you some chicken out, you gonna be like,
No.
what the fuck is this? Take this shit
Yeah.
back. I asked for steak. Like
Yep,
I know what the fuck I want. So if you know what
bruh.
the fuck you want, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these artists don't know what the fuck they want. They don't know what
Let
they
me
want
tell
to do.
you.
They want
Let me
some
tell
type of
you why.
magic to happen and think that they're gonna go viral or some wild shit. They don't know
Let me
what they
tell you why
want.
the
They don't want the
DMV.
foundation. They don't want the.
This is why the DMV rap scene is weird, right? And this is what I see when you go to other cities, even like a Memphis, like that, right? Cities like that are weird.
Mhm.
You realize
We went there.
that it's clubs like this. You got a Club Red Lounge, Club Pure, whatever. They all showcases on that same night,
Hmm.
every night, blah blah blah. They're doing it, and then that crowd goes to the next spot together because they're all getting love in that one spot. In Atlanta,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? You will be in one spot rapping, and then it's like 3 o'clock in the morning to the next spot. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning, then to the next spot, right? So it's like, yeah, everyone is staying together, but these venues are all like everybody's hitting all these different venues together. So that's how you can get blackballed. It's like, nah, don't let that nigga in here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
okay.
in DC,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone is staying in their club until 3 and then going home and talking about it on social media. If you in Red Lounge at 9, 10, or 11, you ain't leaving out of there until after the show. And then if you do leave, you ain't hitting the next spot. And the few artists that do hit
Right.
that are like rapping and you know what the DMV promoters do? They try to hold them to the end, hold them so that they can't make the
Mm-hmm.
next stop. So they try to stop. So they try to create that tradition and get there early and start showing up late and all types of superstar bullshit that gets to their head.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not allotted for them to do that there. But the beauty of it is only a few people are tapping into that. We got the right opportunity in the DMV to. I mean, we mimic everything else except for how to move properly. I say that all the time. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
they don't know how to move.
everybody is clicked up, and when you clicked up, it makes it weird.
Yeah.
So it's like and it's
Yeah, because
crazy
if you
because
if
niggas will hate you for moving outside of a clique.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
It's like everything is neighborhood, and when you grow out of that neighborhood stage, it still clicks.
It's like, oh, you with them. It's like, oh, you
Yeah,
with them. Like, nah, like, come on, let's all, you know what I'm saying? Let's, come on,
We
we all
all
can get into this
working.
shit. Motherfuckers
Mm-hmm.
don't
but
do that.
I
Yeah,
watched the
motherfuckers don't
McDonald's
understand that
worker.
shit.
I watched the McDonald's worker Joan on a Wendy's worker. Yeah, you work at Wendy's? What? It's a competitor. I mean, we all know
So,
DMV
so
is a
what was
top.
what he had better benefits at McDonald's?
Well, I looked on the McDonald's window the other day, and McDonald's is giving out some pretty decent benefits. I see now why my son is really in love with McDonald's. Although I
Yeah, I don't know what you saying.
I'm like, am I freezing?
Nah, that's him. Yeah, the battery on your mic might have died. Just recharge it real quick and come right back. We still rolling with success.
I can't hear you. See you doing something.
Nah, can't hear you though.
can y'all see me?
Yeah, we can see
Uh,
you and
I
hear
oh
you.
yeah, yeah.
so like yeah, I actually took it off of my tablet, and I'm using my cell phone right now. I put it on do not disturb mode, but apparently someone just got through with a FaceTime call. So
Yeah, that
I
happened
don't
to
know
me
what's
too.
going on. I'm thinking about upgrading my internet service to something more powerful. I don't know. AT&T is just not it, you know.
Hmm.
So, hey Jezabel, what was on that? What was on that list of things that I wanted to talk about today?
Hold on.
Everything.
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 Now, like,
Okay,
hey,
so
did you watch the
let's
verses?
get into, oh my gosh, my
I
favorite
missed the last
topic,
one.
guys. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome home, Bill Cosby.
Oh
Yes.
shit. How you fucking
Welcome
Bill
home,
Cosby?
Bill
Bill
Cosby.
Cosby.
So
I
the
mean,
case has been overturned. Judge ruled he did not have immunity when he gave his statement that landed him in jail.
yes, they
Let's
overturned
talk
it.
about
So
it.
he actually did have immunity when he told the folks all the dirty, dark details and what he did to these women.
Can we talk about Judge Joe Brown, please? And
Yeah.
his position on
So
this. Did you guys hear what he said?
Yes, I
no,
did.
what he say?
It's all
Wait,
about
I didn't.
accountability.
Joe, listen,
Oh,
let
I
me
did
just
hear that line.
Judge Joe Brown went in. He said it never happened. If it ain't go through the court of the law, it never happened.
Basically, he went in as to say these women were groupies and let's hold them accountable for taking the drugs themselves. He said, are we now going to defend people who drink a lot? I mean, are we now going to blame the bartender who serves the drink to the person who kills a person with the being a drunk driver? Like, where do you assume responsibility? And basically, he's like, the women they asked for it, not asked to be raped, but like basically they asked for the pills, they asked for the alcohol, they knew it was late, they knew he was married, they knew they were in a hotel room. So at what point does it become rape? Is what Judge Joe Brown is defending.
It's crazy because this
Mm.
this topic is so sad because anything that I can say about it could be used against me by the public opinion of people. But I'm gonna just go out and say it how it is. Like, I don't think that Bill Cosby or the system had any right to get into it. I don't think that Bill Cosby had the right to give any woman drugs to have sex with them. I think that he could have been in the same position as Bill Cosby and had sex with them,
Mm-hmm.
and they would have still done it. I'm just wondering why were the drugs involved. I'm thinking maybe it's a thing of his.
Well, no, he said, this is what Judge Joe Brown said. He said they were groupies: sex, drugs, rock and roll, sex, drugs, rap, sex, drugs, baseball, football, basketball, movies, television. It's called being a groupie. Okay, we forgot what that term meant. Unquote.
So groupies. So he said groupies are not able to be raped.
These bimbos came to the party. They hang out, they get drunk, they snort lines of blow, and they have a good time. They use the hall closets to give head, bathrooms to get down, and you go in to get your coat off the bed, and they're laying on top of it doing somebody. See, that's what that's about.
Judge Joe Brown got groupies.
No, he's saying that was Bill Cosby's groupies. But I love reading it, y'all. I read that like 3 times.
Listen,
and I just imagine his voice, and it cracks me up every time.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm going ham inside. But I'm sitting here like, yeah, you know who really could have used Judge Joe Brown? J Money, your guy Tupac.
Right.
So he said that Bill Cosby gave them the pills, but he didn't force it down the women's throats. He didn't take advantage of them at all.
Well, Bill Cosby said he did.
All right, so look,
right?
I'm gonna tell you. I look at it like this: like, no matter, you know what I'm saying. Like, even if he had an NDA or whatever, immunity or whatever the hell he had, at the end of the day, if you're doing any type of sexual act to somebody and they're saying no and you continue, that's rape. You know what I'm saying? Point blank.
No.
Whether they were on
pills,
well,
that's
they
just
can't
like
say
you hitting a J with somebody.
They couldn't because they were sedated.
Wait, that's just like y'all smoking some weed with a girl. Y'all chilling, watching TV. She kissing on you, you kissing on her. Y'all have sex, and then 20 years later, she says, "Oh, I was high. I didn't know. I was just a little bit more horny than I usually am. He raped me."
Yeah, that's bullshit. Nah, that's bullshit.
And I'm a female.
Bullshit.
You know
That's
what I'm
some
saying?
bullshit.
Like, that's some bullshit.
But at the point
That's
where
some bullshit.
is out, at the point where she passes out off of Quaalude,
what do you mean passes out? Go to sleep after she's been fucked?
Now I believe
we don't know exactly what happened, but
in that order, in the other order, sleep then fucked. Yes, violation. Fucked to sleep is not a violation. That is an agreement between 2 adults that are high, but sleep and fucked is a violation of someone's right.
So let's bring it back to the DMV. Felicia Rashad was denounced from her position at Howard due to her tweet in celebration of Bill Cosby's release. Now, how far do you guys think this cancel shit is going?
Hey, listen, not far enough, because I totally agree with the move. Let me tell y'all why, right? Like I said, his decision was overturned because he in fact was granted immunity. Right? Now, we all watch a lot of drug shows and we see all the snitches that go in and they get immunity and bring everybody down, right? So when I hear immunity, I hear a man worked out a deal to tell everything he did, to not go to jail, to really just bring some nice solace and a nice little to pull that nice wool from over the people's eyes, right? Because it's like he could have easily, like you said, got on the stand with no immunity, been found
Mm-hmm.
guilty. Well, they wouldn't have found him guilty because
Mm-hmm.
it's a he say she say when it's so long of a time frame. So this was disclosure for these women to get Bill Cosby to come out into the light about what he had done to them.
But what if he just said he did it just to get the shit over with? Like,
Yeah,
and maybe okay,
he,
let's say he did do it. My thing with this whole Felicia Rashad denouncing her is I don't think it's fair. Well, the person she knows is not the person that they know, which is exactly what I just said. She spent years with this
I
man.
think
She is a woman.
right.
That's like her brother or her family member. Can she not be excited about him coming home? And can she not believe what these women are saying when she spent so much time with him
no,
herself?
I agree. But
Let me
Jezebel,
let me
what
just
do
tell
we
you, like,
just
man, like I just feel like it's fucked up that you can't even express a simple sentence on social media without jeopardizing your, you know what I'm saying,
your
your own
status?
lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, your status. Like she was just putting that up like that's how she felt about it. And if she, you know what I'm saying, has to be all, you know what I'm saying, like it's more backlash from that. Like it's probably so much other shit going on, but off of that,
What?
I don't think that's fair at
Listen,
all.
look, look,
You know what I'm
look,
saying?
look,
Like I don't
y'all.
think it's fair. Even though
It's
I
funny because
understand
this
that's
show
where the
isn't supposed to
politics
be
popping at. You
this.
see what I'm
Like, it's funny because this show isn't supposed to be this theme, but we just spent almost an hour talking
saying?
about DMV and their inaccuracies of blackballing people and banning people.
Because
And
that's what
it's
happened,
so when I
man.
hear Howard University, when I hear Howard University in DC banned a woman and took her position away, her tweets. Uh, listen, do y'all
Sounds
think
about
that I'm
right, huh?
surprised? Do y'all think that I'm surprised? I mean, I see what they do with accusations.
Bruh.
Damn, listen, I have never seen a political place that don't understand nothing about politics, but will take a stand
Politics.
than the DMV.
Okay.
Listen, the
Uh,
DMV is the only listen, young. The DMV is the only place in the world that does not need proof or evidence to draw conclusions. And I believe it's
and they got
because
the most unsolved murders.
no, listen, let me tell you, I believe it's because they're not a state.
Whatever.
I believe it's because DC is a city. That's why
It is
they
a
do
city.
this, and they seem to be oblivious to the rules of how you
It's
get
not
to ban
overall. It's
someone.
not fair to her. I don't think that's fair. But she
Of course,
actually, now that Bill Cosby is out, I doubt if she needs that position because once he sues the fuck out of them and gets his money back, she'll be good.
yeah, and like I'm hoping that we get another Cosby show.
Hmm.
I'm hoping they bring back everyone, even Lou Raven.
Hmm.
Um,
Well,
and that
everybody's
will
not going to be back. Lisa Bonet, I think, has an issue with him.
well, didn't he rape
Well,
her allegedly
No.
as well? Well, I think that everyone needs to come back
He
because
he winked at her and she felt sexually assaulted.
now I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Allegedly.
Now, see, if do y'all think that if Bill Cosby aged more like Denzel, he wouldn't be having these problems?
No.
Because he looks kind of scary. He looks rather scary. He looks rather
Uh,
scary. I'm not
that's not
gonna
his
lie.
fault.
he
I'm
said
not gonna lie.
That's
Nah,
not
he
his
gonna
fault.
sue the
He
fuck
couldn't
out of
control that.
them.
listen, y'all. Listen. I'm
That
just trying to tell y'all.
shit.
It was so. Did y'all watch the Bobby Brown and well, no, y'all obviously did not watch it. Have y'all seen anything, any news about it, any word about it? Like how many people watched it? Anything?
No,
Body burn,
please. I'm
no.
gonna watch it later. But what I must say is Bobby Brown did gain some weight. I went to see him a few years back in concert, and it was awesome. I love Bobby Brown.
Talk about a
Yeah,
Bobby Brown concert was awesome a
yeah,
few
it was
years
New
ago.
Edition.
Damn.
Oh, a New
Next was
Edition concert
there.
or
It
a
was
Bobby
lit.
Brown
I went.
concert?
I went by myself and I
She
sat
said
for
Next was there.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
you went to
did
the One
not.
Music Festival? Was that
It
it?
was out Virginia somewhere. Like at George, I
Uh,
think that's George Mason's the little stadium thing where
George
they have
Mason
Was
concerts
was
out
University.
there.
was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that
yeah.
event that you was trying to keep a secret that you didn't want everybody to know you was at?
No, actually, my phone died as soon as I got there, so I don't have any footage. But I had a
Now we know
great
why.
time.
Nah, that was
No,
God.
really, I had a great time. I had to use my car GPS to get there because my phone died
Of,
and I ain't had no charger, and I wasn't
of,
stopping because I was late.
of course. Of course. Only your car can make it to a Bobby Brown next and New Edition concert.
You
Of course,
damn right. I
even your
love me some
phone,
Bobby.
even your phone didn't want to see it.
Oh,
And he
that's
knew
so.
your phone,
Even
which
your
you were
phone
going to try
didn't
to
want to see
subject
it.
it to. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I found out that they were doing that versus on the night of my party, I was like, "Oh, Trilla trying to attack me because of all my versus backlash that I be doing." So I got something for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start doing live versus um with them, and I'm gonna be giving my comments on the. So y'all make sure y'all tune into that.
Oh yeah,
You know, that's gonna be pretty
That's gonna be
all right.
interesting.
lit.
So look,
Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
have
all
to
right.
tell y'all, I'm gonna have to do my Huffington Post at this point because it's gonna get a little winded.
Are you serious?
I gotta tell y'all what I experienced last week was by far
Dang, I'm waiting.
I waited almost a year. No, I'm sorry. I waited over a year to visit a pop-up
Mm-hmm,
in
mm-hmm.
DC. And I walked into a pop-up. And I'm going to say to y'all, first of all, I was rather disgusted. Now, y'all not going to do them people like that at the pop up that I can't remember. Out of all of them, they had maybe two vendors, and it was definitely a house full of vendors, right? Maybe 10 vendors, and two were good. Now, one of them, we're in the new world, guy. How don't you take Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Pay, anything? You're in the cash only world and you don't even got right flavors on the table. You got, okay, I'll try this flavors. Anytime I
I'll
walk
try
up to
this.
your table and I'm like, okay, I'll try this, that is saying this is the best you had and I won't buy the cheap stuff. I definitely was willing to try your top tier gelato, whatever it was, cherry gelato, black cherry gelato. I was willing to try it, but when you said cash only in a COVID world, I am not going to deal with you. You need to
Mm.
get your cash app ready, man. Jump into the business and do it the right way. But now on to the next
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
table. I don't understand how you have 10 strands of huff.
Oh,
Now, I understand you coming to a pop up, and I understand that you think people may not have money and you want to just get off all your low stuff so that you can smoke your good stuff if you even have good stuff. But don't put up 10 flavors of Huff. Just put up two. No one's going to care. No one's going to mind the other eight. Once we see that the first five are Huff, we're not going to even want to look at the other five. I just so happened to tell y'all I had a radio show and I was going to look at all of them, and all 10 were Huff. So that takes me to my third table. Now, this table was rather
Yeah.
interesting because it
Mm-hmm.
had like a really like old white lady at the table. It was a real Willie
Oh, all
Nelson-ish
right.
feel with that white lady. I mean,
where
she
the hell
even
were you?
Oh, no.
I will tell y'all that in a second. Trust and believe me, I'll get into that. But when I saw this lady, and like
Uh-huh.
honestly, the only thing that made me stop at her table was the fact that she was old and white. And amongst all these black people, I was like, wait a minute, she gotta have some pressure on this table, right? But I was thrown off. I was thrown off when she did not have any pressure. I looked at her table, and if I stop at your table and I give you a okay, that is me telling you, I can't believe you got all this huff on this goddamn table. I picked up one of the jars, and I had enough. I had already known what she was all about. Just a typical stoner, typical hippie stoner, all good by me, but I had to keep it moving. I went to another table, and I don't know when or where people get off pulling up in the pop-up with no tree and just edibles, but you guys gotta stop that. You gotta stop pulling up to the goddamn function with just edibles around all these people that got trees. People are obviously there to buy trees.
Well, no, I like edibles.
Save some of that tree. Put some in your edibles, yes. But then let us know if you got the Girl Scout cookies in these edibles. Have the Girl Scout cookie strand for us to try it. If you got sour diesel in this brownie, bring your sour diesel that you put in here so I can see if you gave me huff or not. Don't you try to cook all that damn huff and put it in there and don't let me see it was huff. I know what you're doing. Because guess what? The saying with edibles is all the same. Birds of a feather flock together. So if you are sitting in here with all these people that got huff grass, I'm not to believe that you put good shit in the edibles. Am I to believe that all these good men sat around and said, hey, put the good stuff and cook it. We're going to sell the bad shit. Am I supposed to believe that? Well, I'm not. No. So then I walked over to another table. And there was, y'all, finally one who had understood. Two young brothers over at White House. They had the perfect name, White House, right? And I said, okay, I'm definitely going to talk about y'all on my show because I have been looking for this strand cereal and milk for quite some time now. And when I have finally found it, I'm going to tell y'all, every time I have cereal milk, it's because someone wants to let me hit the J with them, right? And every single time, not one time have they gave it to me back in the second rotation. One of my weed men, he actually rolled up one and said, I gotta let you try this, cuz, but I can't sell none of it. He let me hit it one time, and then he told me roll my own blunts of apple fritters. I didn't mind because it was all good gas. The apple fritters was good too, but I was all rather curious as to why couldn't I have any of this cereal milk? So when I found some of this pop-up, I was like, okay, finally a good sign. But then I gotta tell y'all, over my back, I'm hearing 40, 70. And I turn around and there's another table. Now, I expect if you are whispering to get my attention, when I turn around, please let that shit be like ding, 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 ding. You know? More huff, y'all. More huff. So, I don't know why this pop-up even exists. I don't know if they know what a pop-up is supposed to be, you know, but I want to give you guys some rules. You do not bring huff to a pop-up. If you only got bad stuff, you have to opt out and stay home. Serve it to the people who already come and see you, because obviously they told you they like it. Don't bring that shit out the house. Listen, when I was a kid, I used to show off really bad in the house, break shit, run around, do all types of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? But there was this one thing
In the
my mother
house.
would say to me when I would go out: "Don't embarrass me in public." And when I would go out, people would say, "He is such well mannered. He is such a good kid. That is such a good boy." You know. And when I would get home, I would make them pay for it. I had to be good in public. It's time to cut up, right? So that's what I want to tell y'all guys. When you at home, you can cut up. You can have that stuff that no one will want, a little darker than another, and it's not purple, people. It's dark green. If you want to have brown stuff at your table, be my guest. Too many strings, be my guest. But do that at your home table. When you go out in public, you got to call your plug. Listen, you got to call your plug. You got to say, yo, I got a show this week. That's how you got. That's how you got to tell
You
him.
prepare
You got to
yourself.
tell him we on this week. Wednesday, we need to shine. So, what y'all need to do at that pop-up shop at the United Society store on Wednesdays, what y'all need to do is call your plugs and tell them that you got a show on Wednesday. You need the best dressed. You need the top TAC. You need to redeem yourself. Because I'm going to send some people over there right now that's at the store every Wednesday. Y'all go to that pop-up. Like I said, if you don't find anything White House, they have good-ass gas. Everything they had on their table was good. They did have some stuff for the broke people. And I don't know if I like to call y'all broke, but if you like to keep spending $30 on KDs, you broke. And don't sit up there and tell me that you want to get 24 count THC when you only have $30. I get that. You only can get 18 count THC. Jezabel is lucky. She sometimes finds the good stuff, but I keep telling her women a little bit different. But in the pop-up situation, she's gonna have to walk around them tables. She's gonna have to walk around them tables too, guys. So, like I said, at a pop-up, y'all call your guy, get your best dress, get your good shit, man. Step up, step it up. Smoke that shit before you come to the damn show if you got to. Hit every single J if you have to. And then you bring out the stuff that was really good. Actually, I would encourage you all to get a little committee together. You know, get a group of your friends over, and y'all sit around and have smoke sessions when you get your batches and decide what's going out and what needs to not.
I ain't done that in a minute.
Yeah, man, like that was my Huffington Post. That huff. I had enough. Didn't want any of that stuff. And it was too tough, too bad, so sad. The Huffington Post, guys. I had to tell y'all that story because I knew it was gonna get winded because I had 10 vendors in there, you know.
That's a lot.
And the other ones were just like cooking food and whatnot. So obviously I'm not going to step up to you guys. I don't know everybody's cooking. And you know, last time I ate some edibles, y'all know what happened to me?
What?
And I'm glad that I'm out of that lifestyle now so I can talk about it. But I used to like sell trees back in the days. And I would have my clients that would come through, my friends would come through, everybody would come through. And one day I decided, one of my clients said, "Hey, I want to make some brownies." And I said, "Well, hell, take this." I gave him OG Kush, right? OG Kush. I said, "Shoot, put about 7 grams in it." Gave him 7 grams of OG Kush. I said, "That should do it." And he called me that same night and he said, "Whoa, they're too strong. I'm bringing them to you." And I had a brownie. And the next morning when I woke up, I had a lot of brownies left, no more weed, and a bag full of money. And I asked my wife, I said, "What happened last night? How did all this money get in the backpack?" She said, "Well, you passed out from the brownies and you started telling everyone to wear their old shit up. And they was just wearing their shit up and dropping the money in the bag." And I said, "Well, note to self, never eat another goddamn edible ever in life." And that was my story. And I'm sticking to it. I just don't eat edibles. And that's why. because I feel like, hey, I don't know what happens when those 30 minutes kick in, and that's not good for anyone. That's not good for anyone. So, J Money, what you got coming up, man? I know you got a string of shit coming up, man. Tell us all about it.
Man, you know I'm about to drop that motherfucking disrespectfully, respectfully. Dropping that album sometime in July. Then I'm dropping She Nasty the end of this month. Oh shit, I'm dropping 2 albums this month. So yeah, I'm dropping that She Nasty album with the with Jack from St. Louis and his brother from St. Louis, Jack and Terrell Blaze. And then I'm dropping the Disrespectfully, Respectfully. So that's July 31st. 2 albums, 2 separate albums.
Nice, nice, nice. Tell them where to find you at, my guy.
Yes, yes. So you can find me at J Money Gibbs. And you know J Money stands for just, mindful, outstanding, nice, empathetic, and youthful. That's J Money Gibbs on all streaming platforms, all social media. J Money Gibbs.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out that already on album on all platforms. J
Yes,
Money and
yes.
myself doing crazy things, man. We got a lot of shit coming up, so y'all make sure y'all look out for that. Jezabel, what you got coming on? We got Fridays back.
Yes, definitely, but also pushing this level up showcase. So any artists interested in performing, please hit me in my DMs. J Money, before you go, I definitely want to say great performance on Thursday. I'm still heated. You didn't perform my song though.
I'm sorry. I'm
So
sorry.
I'm holding a grudge until the next time I see you perform.
He said that he was telling me, I was asking him about it. He was saying the checks didn't clear, and I only wrote a check for 3 songs, so
Oh, okay.
I got billed for that, and I that was my fault. I was like, give me a free one, give me a free one. He told me no too. He was like, nah,
nah.
no
You know
free
I
music.
got you. You know I always
Yeah,
got you, Jezebel.
y'all
It's
know
just
Y'all know
time.
But
J
you know
Money.
what? Y'all did me one better with Already On, because that is one of my favorite joints. So I love that song. Like,
Yeah, I wrote that song fresh out of court, fresh out of jail, actually.
I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
they coming out like this?
I wrote that
Okay.
joke fresh out of jail. Soon as they let my black ass out, I went straight to the studio.
Nah, Jezebel, you gotta hear some of them joints on the new album. You gonna love them joints. That drip and what's the
Yes.
other joint on there? That Go Go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, them
Shit,
joints on there.
Memphis on that
Mm-hmm.
joint. That's a crazy
And
story
shit,
about my trip
me
to
and Jezebel
Memphis.
about to work too. Me and Jezebel about to
Definitely.
definitely work on some skits. Six, I'll come back to Atlanta. You know we already working on though.
Well, y'all already know, man. Make sure y'all that don't know hit that follow button, like and subscribe on right
Yep,
down
yep,
there
yep.
on that Boss Biz Radio YouTube channel. Follow on Facebook because we got the Boss Biz Radio channel on Facebook popping.
Hey, and don't forget y'all to keep streaming that So Six album. That shit like that. So make sure
Yeah,
y'all keep running them numbers up.
Run it
definitely.
up.
And at this time, y'all already know those J's should be out, turned into roaches, all the way down to the last, and flicked in the ash. You should be
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to roll up another one, because I know I
Yep.
am. And we out.
Peace. Bye, y'all.